Hey guys, welcome back. It's Saturday, it must be Warhammer 2 time, and we all know what that means. It's time for Unassigned Skill Points, the game. Alright, who has leveled up this time? Velatroth, what would you like to do for a living? Hey Bobcat, welcome. What would you like to do, Velatroth? Woundmaker. Oh, weapon strength a flat 10% up? Yes, please. I will take that. Hey, Bird Brains. Hey, Hawk. Welcome. I was thinking of you, Hawk, because I was playing Forged of Blood, and I thought to myself, I bet this is a game that Hawk would be into. I really recommend you check out Forged of Blood. I think that's something you would definitely get down with. I think it's got a lot of good stuff that I know you're a fan of. So check that game out if you have a chance. Velatroth, right, you're just kind of hanging out over here because we sort of unintentionally went to peace with these guys. Can't stay feeling yucky. Oh no. Oh dear, that's terrible, Art. Well, I'm sorry you're feeling terrible, but thank you for checking in. That's good. You have breakfast for pizza tomorrow. Wait, you have breakfast pizza for tomorrow. Does that mean you have pizza for dinner? Because that's all breakfast pizza is. Forged of Blood. Hang on a sec. Hang on, I'll actually type it in. Give me a sec, Hawk. There we go. Forged of Blood. It's brand new. It just came out. I definitely think you'd be into that. I know what kind of games you generally like, and I think this one is one you should definitely check out. So go ahead and, do that. See if you're into it. I think you would be. I was thinking of you when I was playing it. This is a Hawk game. This is a total Hawk game. End that turn. Good. That was way fewer skill points than I thought we were going to have to assign. Assassin bumming around because we have nothing else to do with Argyle at this point. It has, Hawk, this incredibly intricate spell crafting system that I was immediately digging. It's basically make your own spell and you can super fine tune it to be exactly what you want it to be. So it's just a system I haven't really seen in a game before, that intricate level of make your own spell up. So, I mean, you could make a traditional fireball if you want to, but you could get a lot more creative than that with what you do with your spell crafting. So, again, you happened to pop in, and I was thinking of you when I was playing that, and I was like, I think I know someone who would definitely dig that. I think, anyway, I know the kind of games that you're generally into, and I think that would be one you should check out. So do that, if you feel like it. Other than that, we want to talk today. We want to have a chat. We're going to have a conversation about what the next two games are that we want to stream. Because I think, look, I could sit here and play Warhammer 2 till the end of time. But I want to keep it fresh for you guys. I want to keep it interesting. So I thought maybe it's time to switch it up. Paul, welcome. Ballsley, welcome. You saw Total War and raced here. Well, don't hurt yourself. Don't trip over anything while you're doing it. It is, Hawk. It's an isometrical RPG. Very, very traditional turn-based tactical. So the combat system is something you'll be immediately familiar with. It's got a campaign to it. There's some world building, as I understand it. I'm not very deep into it. I've basically gone through most of the tutorial at this point, but the tutorial also opens up the story. It hypes itself up as being very morally gray. There aren't necessarily good guys and bad guys in it. Harriet and Charlotte are here too. Oh, welcome. And Squig. Oh, my goodness. Excellent. Awesome. Welcome, guys. Welcome. So, yeah, it's a morally gray universe. There isn't particularly good guys and bad guys. You're going to have to make tough choices. But the big hype, the big hook of the game is the spell crafting. It's the design your own spell in micro detail. So you can just really craft a spell to do exactly specifically what you want it to do, which I thought was very interesting. I don't recall seeing that level of depth in a game before in spell crafting. The turn-based tactical will be very familiar to you. There's no surprises in the turn-based tactical combat at all. It's all very, XCOM-ish, but the other elements of the game are different, and I was a fan. Total War are amazing. Queuing up in 2004 for Rome Total War at midnight. You'll be watching me play these. Good, because we actually want to have a conversation about. Basically, I've streamed twice a week for a very, very long time, And the Saturday stream is always locked in. It's always Saturday at 4. Everybody knows that. You know where I'm going to be Saturday at 4 o'clock unless some major life emergency pops up. But I'm going to be here. I was thinking of changing up. Okay, see how we feel about that. Oh, hang on. Random fact with bird brains. Let's priorities here. The M22 Locust is an American light tank. You guys are obsessed with tanks. You and Bobcat are just wicked into tanks right now, especially the beer delivering tank. Designed to be deployed via aircraft. Okay, do they just drop a tank out of the sky? Because that's a weapon in and of itself, I feel. It had armor of about 9.5 millimeter and a 37 millimeter gun. Was designed to be deployed from a C-47 Skytrain. Oh, hi, Orion. What do you want? You want me to pay you for a non-aggression pact? No, I'm not really feeling that. I will not pay you for one. I'll be okay with that. And you've accepted that. Fantastic. Thanks, Orion. Thanks for dropping by. Good luck with the Wood Elf thing. So anyway, random fact with bird brains. C-47 Skytrain half. Total War, you lost your Beastmen campaign around turn 300. Well, you lasted a while. You lasted a long time. 300 turns is a long time in Total War. I'm not even sure. We should figure out what turn we're on here. I think we're in the 200s. If you want to do a collab or multiplayer, drop me a line. Okay, thank you. Good to know. I've been playing these forever, and nobody plays Total War? Really? Because I love Total War, and I watch a lot of Total War YouTubers. So I got into Total War by watching Many True Nerd, who's obviously kind of fanatical about Total War. And in watching him, it got me into the game. But apparently, the C-47 Skytrain is nowhere near as long of a plane as the name would suggest. Skytrain does suggest a long train. You're not wrong about that, Bobcat. But you and Birdbrains have a thing with tanks right now. Nobody you know. Oh, okay, cool. So I think, here's my thoughts. And we've got a bunch of people in the room, which is cool. So we can have this conversation. I'm thinking of Chemo Gaming. Welcome. Good, plenty of people in the room. Good, we can have the conversation then. Lizardmen faction did it right. Well, that's nice. We're kind of annihilating the Lizardmen right now. Followers of Nagash are destroyed. Is that the second time they've been destroyed, or did we destroy... They destroyed before? I don't immediately remember. You were in Canada. Well, welcome back from Canada. Or welcome to Canada if you're still in Canada. Was not perfect. His flaws included one... Ordered it to be deployed, the aircraft first, had to land. Well, yes, I would imagine that's how it was deployed. You'd have to land the air... I mean, unless they are actually going to drop it out of a flying plane, which is a perfectly good weapon. You don't really need the tank. You just need a hunk of metal dropped from a plane. Then the tank had to be dropped. Its mounts and drives around the side for the turret to be attached. Get me over to Lustria, please. So, getting back to my thoughts about the conversation, I'm thinking of changing the Friday Sim stream to RimWorld. I like playing RimWorld. I played a lot of RimWorld since I first played it on the channel. I enjoy playing it, and I can play it fairly casually, where I don't have to pay a lot of attention to it at any given point. So I think that would be a really good game to stream. Now, you need me to build a bunch of things over here. Okay, you need a lot of buildings. Thankfully, I have a 22,000 surplus every turn, so you can basically have anything you want, including some slightly better defenses. You can go up to level 3. Oh, northern jungles are looking tight. I like the way this is shaping up. Okay, which leads me to, talk about what do we want to do with the Saturday stream. Do we want to keep playing Warhammer 2? Which, P.S., I can play it till the dawn of time. Or until the end of time. If I played it till the dawn of time, I think that's traveling back into the past, which is different. But anyway, I can play Warhammer 2 for a really, really long time, if that is the inclination. I could also switch it up to a different game. I'm not as good at it. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm good up until the middle game, and then it all kinds of falls apart. But we could take a crack at Three Kingdoms. We could definitely take a crack at Three Kingdoms. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's much more complicated, especially the diplomacy options. And I think Paul Slay would probably agree with me if he's played it so far. It's a much more complicated game than this is in terms of diplomacy. Where was I sending you, Ravenna? I think you were going on a long, long journey down here, but I don't know that I necessarily want to deal with the pirates, but you've got a pretty decent army, actually. If we run into pirates, I think we're going to be okay. So why don't you start heading over there? There's some ruins down there we should be exploiting. Can you actually get into till the dusk of time? There we go. That's exactly it. This meant the airfield has to be in friendly control. It was easier for the airborne troops to simply wait for the tanks to arrive. If you play Three Kingdoms, then do fantasy mode. You mean the romance mode? Oh, I would always do romance. Yeah, the romance mode is way more interesting, way more colorful, lots more story to it. It's awesome. It was not a good tank. The armor was crap and the gun could barely penetrate German tanks. This sounds like a terrible tank then. Floating Pyramid. How well defended are you? Not at all. The answer is 0. You are basically 0 defended. We can walk right in there with Morathi. Morathi is just going to tiptoe right through the floating pyramid. Is this even worth fighting? No, it's not worth fighting, but we may as well have some battles. We may as well have some visual battles. This is going to be a very silly battle. We are going to walk right over these guys. Yeah, so the romance mode, Chemoge. I knew that's what you were talking about. The romance mode is way more interesting. It's a great... it's great that you can play it 2 ways, but it's also... I don't know why you'd not play it in romance mode. I have no idea why you wouldn't play it. The story is just fantastic. There's the it's a great game. I know I've said it about 1 million times, but I think this is anyone's contender for Game of the Year. There are some other great games out this year, but I think this is definitely in the top 3 of Game of the Year. Had to be light in order for it to be carried by the Skytrain. So yeah, basically, Birdbrains, what you're describing is a really terrible tank. It's just awful, is what you're saying. It's just awful. It's just a terrible, terrible tank. Probably better they just drop it out of the airplane from the sky. It would probably do more damage. Oh, we're going to slaughter them. You don't worry about that. This is a very silly battle. I really should have just auto-resolved this, but I like to show off the fight sometimes. And you know what? Sometimes it's fun to just walk right over somebody. Sometimes it's fun to just destroy the enemy forces. So that's the thought. We could do Three Kingdoms. I can continue to play Warhammer 2. If the consensus is, no, just keep doing this until you've conquered the world. Cool. Yeah, can totally do that. Can 100% do that. Or we could maybe switch it up to a different faction. Maybe we play something else in Warhammer 2. I love playing the Empire. I love playing the Dwarves, High Elves, any of those guys. Start deployment with that magic. That is a perfectly good amount of magic. I don't even really think we need to do a heck of a lot of deployment here, but let's just do our traditional deployment here. Everyone hang back for a sec. Let's get the heavy guys up front. Thank you very much. I love my Black Guard. Oh, yeah. Actually, you know what? Peel off to the side, guys, because they do have a piece of cavalry. I don't think we're super worried about it, but they do technically have some cavalry. So let's just make sure we're ready for that. We'll spin you off to the side there. We'll spin you off to the side there. So I'm kind of... how about a Norska campaign? Okay, interesting thought. Yeah. Squig wants the orcs. Squig always wants the orcs. Are you secretly an orc? Are you not secretly an orc? Are you openly an orc? Do you identify as an orc? If you do, it's cool. You can identify as whatever you want. We're really like free and open here. You can be whatever you want to be in the wee hours. It's totally chill and cool. I don't even really think I'm going to need my cavalry, but just in case, I'll put them off in the woods. My dark riders with the crossbows, you guys can be out here. Obviously, my bolt throwers right at the back to annihilate them before they get anywhere near me. Dragon up here, monster up here. Okay, what do you got? Lizards. You are an orc in World of Warcraft, Games Room World, and E.T. for the Atari. Okay, no, I don't own an Atari. There's my excuse. I'm not doing E.T. for the Atari. I'm sure there's an emulator of that. I'm sure there's something on PC I could do to emulate that, but I'm going to go with a hard no on E.T. Generally rated as the worst game ever created. You guys go hit their cavalry. That'll be fine. Have they given up yet? Because they should. They absolutely should give up. Charge the monsters in to the skink cohorts. You know what? Charge the monsters into whomever their general is. That's fine. Dragon, why don't you do Noxious Breath? Because we haven't done these people enough harm yet. Oh, dear. Did you know with Bobcat? Give me just a sec, Bobcat. I will be right on that. So you guys hit these guys. Oh, you know what? I'll bring out my cavalry. Surprise! Surprise cavalry! Hi! You guys can get over here. You guys can actually leave. You kind of done your job. You guys pin these guys in. That was a good little hammer and anvil I just did there. That was I'm actually admiring my own tactics with that. That was a good hammer and anvil. And now I'm going to ignore my cavalry and they'll get destroyed while I'm not watching them. Dragon, why don't you kill everything that lives? Yeah, these guys should pretty much go ahead and give up at this point. Not really any particular need for them to hang out anymore. Wow, these guys are hanging on tight. I'll give them that. Oh, no, they're not. They've given up. Yeah, this was a silly little battle. You guys can charge in here. We actually are not doing that much. Their general is actually kicking the heck out of the War Hydra. Oh, no, he's given up. Never mind. Did you know with Bobcat, the M551 Sheridan was an airborne tank that could actually be dropped by parachute, armed with a 152mm main gun that could fire conventional munitions or a guided anti-tank missile. So a tank that fires an anti-tank missile. That seems a little racist, I think, somehow. You are an orc. Okay. First deployed during the Vietnam War, where it saw extensive use because of its high mobility, it was retired without replacement in 1996. Total War Arena, maybe. I really would like to keep playing some sort of Total War without necessarily going back to the older ones, just because the newer ones are so gorgeous. They're absolutely beautiful. EU4 or Stellaris, both of which I am terrible at. I do own them. I just am terrible at them. Absolutely terrible at them. It's not a bad idea. I mean, it is something that I can basically play casually because it's, turn-based. End that silly little battle. Thank you very much. I'd really like to do Three Kingdoms. But I don't want you guys just go, oh, he's just the guy who does Total War, and I don't feel like watching Total War today. I do want to kind of freshen it up. I think RimWorld is a definite to replace The Sims. I think we've done all about the silly things we can do with The Sims. It's a lot of fun, but I do want to change it up occasionally. This is, and always will be, a variety gaming channel. There's going to be plenty of times where I just go, I don't want to play that anymore. That's not fun anymore. I don't feel like doing that. So I think RimWorld to replace The Sims is probably a definite. I'm like 93% on that. But the Saturday one, I'm really torn. I'd like to keep a Total War in here. Maybe we could alternate it or something. I don't know. This is why I'm opening up the conversation, because I don't really know. Warhammer 2 and Norska. Yeah, I'm not opposed to the Norska. I like the Norska. It's a trickier campaign. I mean, you know that. And we've got that province secured. Excellent. What did we destroy in the floating pyramid? Just the main building. That's fine. That's fine. You got your money thing. Why don't you just get some slightly better defenses? I do like defending all my areas. I do like it. I mean, have you tried Three Kingdoms, Hawk? Because that is an insanely good game. It's just stupidly good. Very hard. Very hard. Not frustratingly hard. It's accurately hard. Like, I feel when I fail at Three Kingdoms, I can look back and go, I know what I did wrong there. It's not the game. It was me. 20 turns ago, I made a stupid diplomatic move, and now everyone hates me 20 turns later. That's kind of how the game works. Yastra, what would you like to do with your life? You got Woundmaker 1. How about you Woundmaker 2? How about 20% weapon strength? There is nothing wrong with that. I didn't play much Norska. My first campaign was only 20 turns, and I just started another one after your Beastmen failed. Here's a question for you, Hawk. Apart from the Wood Elves, because you and I both have the same opinion about the Wood Elves, they're very difficult to play. What have you not played? What factions have you not played in Warhammer or Warhammer 2? Either one, doesn't matter. I'd be curious. I know you and I have the same kind of viewpoint on the Wood Elves, in that they're very interesting and they've got some great units, but they're very, very difficult to play. But what else have you not done? Empire, really? Really? Because that's sort of a, not basic, but that's a very everyman campaign. Like, anyone can play the Empire. There's no, it's just, they've got a good variety of units. They've got kind of a good campaign story. They've got a good starting location. They've got good enemies. I enjoy playing the Empire. I like playing the Empire. Random fact with bird brains: the C-47 Skytrain. Oh, we just did the C-47 Skytrain. Military transport developed from the DC-3 civilian airliner. Used extensively as a troop and cargo transport. Both the DC-3 and the C-47 are still in service. Oh, you played Empires in Warhammer 1, but not Warhammer 2. Oh, okay. Then it's not going to be a lot of surprises to you then. It's kind of the same. Ice Strike Forward, what do you think I should be building over here? More Public Order? Yeah, that's not a terrible... I mean, Public Order is 1,000,000% fine, but we'll have it anyway. I gotta have something to spend all this money on. Now, up in the north. What do we need to do up in the north here? Okay, Nagarond. No, that's me. Sorry, that's me. I took that. Right, but Nagarond's up here. Okay. And Grayling Moot is part of what? The Monolith of Catan and the Serpent Jetty. Where? There's the Serpent Jetty. And, okay, there's the Monolith of Catan. Both of which are owned by Nagarond. Okay. That's fussy. I am going to... Let's go down here. Let's at least take out the Grayling Moot, if for no other reason than just to drive these guys out of here. DC-3 was the most comfortable airplane I've ever flown on. Kill everything. Well, that is kind of the point of war, really, isn't it? I mean, when you get right down to the entirety of the Total War scenarios, it's basically kill everything rock, paper, scissors style. Gorsel, oh, you are actually in ruins. They've erected one of their little statues to their gods there. Gorsel would be an okay staging point if it's still in ruins by the time we get there, but we've tried to poke the vampire bear before and it hasn't gone well. It's the attrition, you see. It's the attrition that kills us, literally. And they've got couple more settlements up here. Okay, I'm not going to focus too much attention on the north because there's a lot of players up there, and they're not us, basically. The Beastmen were a lot of fun. 9 hordes. Wow, that's actually really good. I think the most I've managed is about 3. Bretonia completely occupied. Barrow Legion allies. Empire was mostly occupied by Clan Molder. Oh, that is good. That is very good. Dwarves were too tough. Yeah, dwarves are tough to go against. That's no lie. And dwarves are tough when you're playing as the dwarves because, you're just so darn tanky. I mean, even their basic Tier 1 babies first infantry have ridiculous armor. Caliph. Caliph. Who are you? I'm not even sure where you're with right now, or whom you're embedded with, rather. I would like you. You got to be embedded with somebody. I don't think you're wandering around. So why don't you be a little bit more fighty? Get your weapon strength up, please. Yes. I'm sorry, can you actually... No, you can't make it into Grayling Moot. That's ridiculous. Why would you say you can do that? You totally can't. Killing civilians and medics are war crimes. Yes, that is true. That is true. That doesn't actually stop people from doing war crimes. It's just that the world goes, that's very bad, stop doing that. I mean, you can still do it. It's just everyone hates you. So that, unless the medic attacks you. Yeah, I mean, if we're talking about XCOM, I've had some really hardcore combat medics that will, take any alien out. So don't mess with the combat medic. Only one of my hordes could face a good dwarven army one-on-one, and the dwarves had at least a dozen top-tier armies. That's because the dwarves get stupid money. Crazy money. You can field ridiculous armies with the dwarves. It's just a little silly, to be honest. Fascia, what was my plan for you? Why don't you keep kind of barreling in this direction? Are you in march mode? No. Go into march mode and just get down here as soon as you can. Marathi, you're already healed up. You can keep moving. I'd like to see if I can move their army out into the field. Is this Lord Mazdamundi himself? It is. Okay. I would love to see... And he's hero heavy. That's good. I mean, it's not good, but it's good. More heroes you got. That's just one guy I got it. That's one tough guy I got to kill instead of a bunch of infantry. If the medic can shoot at you, they are a legal combatant. Okay, well, in XCOM, they can shoot at you just fine. At least a pistol for defense, and the dwarves had 36 cities. Wow, that is a lot. That's a lot. You've already moved. Commandment available for the southern jungles. Ooh, what do you got in the way of... Public order will stabilize fairly soon. And in fact, by fairly soon, I mean next turn. So let's just get you... You don't even really need to grow that much. But you can, I guess. And it'll be some income up from as well, so that. Give me that. Keep some basic military infrastructure here in case we need to put together a trash army. Anything marked with a red cross cannot be armed under the Geneva Convention. Okay, so you can't shoot them and they can't shoot you unless people are cheating. And Lord help the people who are cheating at war. What do you need to do, Marathi? You've got a lot of stuff here. You've got a lot going on. You're not going to be on the front line, so I'm not giving you any of your fighty stuff. What's favorite assets? Melee attacks up for some units, for some embedded heroes. Defense up. Okay, that's not terrible. What else could you be doing? Like Quartermaster, say. Upkeep down. That's just money in our pocket. That's just 100% money in our pocket. You should, at this point, Marathi, have some really high-level units. I'm going to start you going down your deep red line and see what we can pick up there. Yep. A few medics in modern armies wear that armband because it just attracts bullets. There you go. Each of the cities in the Southern Empire got destroyed at least a dozen times. Oh, good. That sounds like fun. Yeah. Does it count if the medic is caught in a grenade blast? Probably. Yeah, no, nobody likes cheating in war. Camo Gaming. Nobody likes cheating in war. That's just bad, bad, bad. Nobody appreciates that. Okay, anything else I need to be doing? How is the situation in Ulthuan these days? You're still recruiting an army. Right, you should keep recruiting an army. Like these guys. Get 3 of those in play, definitely. And grab some more Dark Shards while you're in the neighborhood. Just the regular ones will be fine. They shouldn't be on the front lines anyway. Yeah, Oh, and I got somebody else building up an army over here, too, in Lustria. You... over here. Oh, you've basically finished your army. You could throw one more unit in. Or do I just want to get you moving at this point? You're going to be back up anyway. I'm just going to get you moving. Just get into march mode and start trucking. Just keep moving down there. Medics are allowed to carry weapons, says Hawk. I will let Hawk and Bobcat discuss the intricacies of that, because I flat out don't know. I do not know the answer to that. Now, Nightshade. Why do you have such a low contingency of units? I don't remember. Did you get badly beat by somebody? Well, get your port, and get your second level of horsies, and get your second level of basics. Now what? Better defenses. As always, better defenses every time. I know not everyone agrees with that, but I'm always happy when people come to invade, and I've got really, really good towers. If they wear a Red Cross armband, they cannot have weapons. That's why it's illegal for DGSF. What's DGSF? Qualify that, please. To mark their clinics with a Red Cross, they regularly house combatants. Okay, right. But what is DGSF? I don't know what that means. Right. Oh, Ulthuan. That was my point. Yes, Ulthuan. So, I think we're broadly okay in Ulthuan right now. I would love to deal with this little weird rebel army that's popped up. And one of these days, we're going to have to go to war with the Dreadfleet, even though they are our most trusted allies on the map. But I really want the Shrine of Asurian. It's just bugging me. It's bugging me. Oh, turn 250. Okay, that's fair. That's a long campaign. You want me to build something? Sure. Absolutely. I desperately wish that we could trade territories like I can in Three Kingdoms. Because then I could just do some swapsies with people. You give me that one, I'll give you this one. Everybody's happy. The Allies had no problems declaring German hospitals, schools, and churches military targets. Is that cheating? That's probably cheating. Both sides probably cheated, Hawk. It's war. War never changes, as they say. Doctors Without Borders. Wait, DGSF equals Doctors Without Borders? Is it Doctors Without Borders in a different language? How does that work? An NGO, well, there's another thing I don't know. A something organization with a history of questionable decisions regarding who they let hang out at their clearings. Jess, welcome! Welcome! MP in military context means military police. They enforce the war crimes, skipping military targets on a lot of occasions and specifically targeting civilian housing areas instead. Okay, well, again, war never changes. I've learned that from Fallout. Jess, good news. I've been playing XCOM 2 for like 2 days now without a single crash so far. So far, so good. So that's going reasonably well. You have still not have any movement points. Okay, that's cool. And everyone else is going somewhere that they need to go, right? Everyone's got a plan. Good. Excellent. End that turn. Cool. Now what? What have you got left, Mazda Mundi? You've actually got still a decent chunk of Lustria. You don't have nothing in Lustria. But you're running out of territories really quick. And that means you're going to be running out of money, which means even though the AI cheats and things like that, it can't cheat that much. It has to have the infrastructure to build an army. So the more territories I keep smashing, the less chance you have to build up a decent army. That's my plan. Just stomping my way through... Oh, Hexotl did nothing at all in that turn. Stomping my way through Lustria, murdering lizards as we go. That is the overall goal here. Nagarond, you're just never going to confederate with me, are you? And you're my own son. Why don't we talk anymore, son? Why? Why has our relationship deteriorated so much? It's that woman. I know it is. You're just never going to do it. How goes my Saturday? My Saturday goes just fine, Jess. Thank you for asking. And Mads, welcome. Welcome. We've been having a conversation, Jess, about changing up the games that we're streaming. And by we, I mean me. Because I'm the one doing it. Unless other people are doing it for me, in which case I'm living in a delusional world, and I should probably seek attention from somebody. So, I think I'm like 93% on changing up The Sims on Friday to RimWorld. I love playing RimWorld, very happy to play it, and it's nice and casual, can just kind of bum along, and people can get into it, that kind of thing. And it's got a long lifespan to it. It's not going to be over very quickly. Or it might be, depending on how I play it. It's the Matrix, right? There we go. I'm playing that I'm playing. That's what I'm doing. And then we're kind of thinking about what we do. Oh, good. You love watching RimWorld. Excellent. Good. Well, then you can join right in. Yeah, I like playing... I did it blind on the channel and, obviously crashed and burned because RimWorld's kind of complicated even though it seems very simple. And then I've been playing it a ton in my own time and really getting into it and got some solid colonies going where I'm certainly no expert by any stretch of the imagination. It's just that I can play it without everybody dying immediately. It's not important if Nagaron confederates. Cities controlled by military allies count for your campaign targets. Yes! That is true, Hawken. Thank you for reminding me that. I completely forgot that. So they can be a big old power, and so long as we remain allies with them, we're cool. Thank you. I actually completely forgot that counted. That if they're allies, it counts towards my endgame. So yeah. So we're thinking about what we do with Warhammer 2. Now, I can keep playing Warhammer 2. I have literally no problem with this. I could play Warhammer 2 forever. It's in my top 3 favorite games, right there with Fallout 4 and the XCOM franchise. So I could do that. I've thought about switching it up to 3 Kingdoms for the same reason that I started playing Warhammer 2 on the stream, is that I want to play it anyway, so I may as well stream it. I'm not as good at it, let me be very clear. Or we could switch up to a completely different game that I have not thought of yet and nobody has suggested yet. Well, people have suggested stuff. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm taking all suggestions under consideration, but I gotta feel it's something I can play for 2 hours straight, not get frustrated and want to get into a table flipping thing. XCOM 2 was definitely brought up more than a few times, since we were talking about it yesterday on the Sim stream. I would love to play XCOM 2. I am concerned about crashes, because that's not fun. Nobody wants to see me just rebooting the game every 10 minutes. It hasn't crashed in the last 2 days, which is great. But I can't necessarily trust it. And also, as you well know, Jess, XCOM 2 is incredibly mentally tense. It's just nerve-wracking playing XCOM 2. I am constantly on the edge of my seat. And I don't know if that's, air quotes, fun. There are times during XCOM 2, you want me to join war against the Pirates of Sartosa? Yeah, here's the thing, Kalita. I will probably end up at war with them again, But right now, I'd really appreciate just chilling with them right now. I've got kind of a thing going on in Lustria, so no, I will probably murder them at some point, but not now. I really don't want to instigate another war with them. And then add War of the Chosen, yeah, which I'm going to, obviously, I haven't played it yet. I'm still working on the DLCs. Now that I can finally get the game to play without crashing every time it goes to a load screen. But, yeah, and then I'm sure War of the Chosen is just going to make it even more insanely tense. So, like, when I'm playing XCOM 2, and I bet you do the same thing, there are times where I just have to walk away and, like, catch my breath and relax for a little bit. And go, whew, all right, really, really tense there. Oh, difficult mission, whatever it is. But I have to walk away from XCOM 2 and just, like, chill for a bit. Yeah, no, exactly, Jess. You'd watch that. We'd all watch the heck out of it. I'd watch me play it if I could. Oh, speaking of which, I should watch my own stream. Thank me for reminding me. Yay, me. There's my phone flashing at me going, hey, do you know you're streaming? Would you like to go on and like your own stream? Yes, I would. Thank you, game. So, I love watching XCOM 2. I love playing XCOM 2. But damn, is it mentally tense. It just beats the heck out of your brain where you're just always on the edge of your seat. Even when you're just doing base building stuff. I'm like, okay, what new alien black site is going to pop up and push my, panic bar more further up the little doomsday clock thing? Like, oh god, there's another black site. Oh god, there's another, alien event. P.S., by the way, I had put in the Discord and I saw your response. I've never seen an alien landing in XCOM 2. I played 45 episodes of that thing. Not once did I get an alien landing, and I got one yesterday. This has never happened. Did you know with Bobcat, LAPE's low-altitude parachute extraction system designed to quickly deliver cargo from a plane to an area too small for traditional parachute delivery? And sometimes you just get screwed over, exactly. You just accepted the Tomb King's war request. Did I? I thought I declined that. Oh, bugger. Oh, bugger. I didn't want to do that. Well, maybe I can sue for peace. I thought I hit decline. I wasn't paying attention. See, games I can play casually, and then I clicked the wrong button. Do you have... Yeah, I hope you have an alien landing story. And Birdbrains would want to be a mech. Well, there's options for that, Birdbrains. We can get you a mech suit in XCOM 2. We can do Shen's Last Gift and get you to be a robot. That could totally work. You press the check. Bugger. Dang. All right. Well, I guess we're at war with these guys again. Maybe I can sue for peace. Oh, yeah, clearly we're at war. There it is. Sorry, that's Mooselawn. But anyway, we're at war with them. Well, spiffy. Well, at least this time we're not wicked near them, per se. We're not, super right up next to them, like the problem we had before where they just kept kicking our butts. Had the Alien Hunters DLC, first campaign, because you hate yourself. Necroc Brotherhood, what do you want with my time? You want a non-aggression pact? No. No, I'm kind of reserving the right to murder you later, so how about we just don't talk? How about we just ignore each other, and then I'll probably come and try and kill you later. Robot or mech, no negotiations. Okay, they don't really do mechs in XCOM 2. I can get you a robot, and I can get you a mech skeleton, like an exoskeleton. But I can't actually make you into a mech. If it helps, Birdbrains, and I think it does, the exoskeleton does come with a flamethrower, so we can still got that kicking along, and a missile launcher if you're so inclined. Works by attaching a drag chute to well-palletized cargo. Cargo plane will lower the back cargo ramp, fly low over the area, and then Jumpmaster probably pushes stuff out of the plane. Oh yeah, just like in, not License to Kill, Living Daylights. Yes, Alien Hunter story is a different story. It's also a good one, so I'll tell... Yeah, no, tell that one too. I will hear all XCOM 2 stories. There's only one game... I know, Hawk. I know. My Battletech guy. Brayherds are coming. That's fine. I'm sure we can cope with that. Okay, Go Qatar needs me to build something. Which takes forever, because this is hostile environment. But sure, yeah, build that. Why not? Yeah, why not? Yeah, that's why I didn't want to... non-aggression pact with them. I am definitely reserving the right to go murder them later. Okay, alright, well, here's the thing, Pirates of Sartosa. Are you interested in an immediate peace treaty? I'm not going to give you anything to it. I just want to know if you just don't feel like being at war with me. Pirates of Sartosa. Wow, you really hate me. You super, super hate me. Do you want to be... Do you want to have a peace treaty at any point? No? Okay. Well, you're not actually that near me anymore, so hopefully this is going to be okay. Is there anyone I'm not trading with? We're not very good at trading because broadly everyone hates us. Even Clan Scryer, well, we did try to murder them a few times. So, no. We've got all the trading partners we can get, which is basically like 2. Okay, never mind the diplomacy. Forget diplomacy. Flamethrower works, but I'm thinking about the robot. Okay. I've only gone a little bit into Shen's last gift, but I do like the way you can kind of level up robots and get them different skills, just like regular soldiers. In the UFO, killed everything, got the timer off, good. People freak out about the timer. Oh no, the timer kills X. Oh, the timer. If you just do the thing, the timer goes away, generally. Everything, then boom, walk around the corner, third alien boss, super. Throw the drag chute. Is it supposed to be drogue chute? Because I'm assuming you mean drag chute. But if it's actually supposed to be drogue chute, then tell me what a drogue is. Because it sounds like something an Irishman would say to insult somebody. Out of which will pull the strings of the pallets out of the plane as it pulls up. Method can be used to deliver vehicles as well as supplies. Yeah, just like in Living Daylights. James Bond teaches you everything. Hard to trade with people you want to murder. Yeah, we have murdered a bunch of them in the past, Willow. They're not wrong. It's very hard to murder somebody's population and then say, P.S., would you like to buy some spice racks? It doesn't really work out that well, so I'm not surprised they don't want to trade with me. Lord Not Moved, whom? Boston is 2 flunkies, and they wreck everyone. Beat him with my gunslinger sniper. Oh, they're the best. They're the best. End up killing him with lightning hand, plus pistol shot, plus fan fire. Nice! Well done. Oh, snipers with going down the pistol thing are virtually unstoppable. You know, if you watched the last episode of my blind run, it was the sniper with the pistol that won the game. We would not have won. I would have been dead if the sniper with the pistol hadn't done what he needed to do. It's all about those sharpshooters with the pistols. I mean, every class is good. There's no bad classes in XCOM 2, but boy, you perk a sniper down, a sharpshooter rather, down that pistol range, and they are virtually, I mean, they just get so many free shots. They get so many free shots. Sniper was the only one injured, but 5 guys were all in the med center for days and days. People were unconscious. Excellent. You never called anyone a drogue. Could you? I just think it's something an Irish person should call somebody else to insult them. Yeah, drogue. Also used in the movie Triple X. Oh yeah, right. I actually just watched that like a couple of weeks ago. It was on TV. I don't hate that movie. I like good action movies like that. With your 9 hordes running around, you had about minus 6,000 per turn. You finance the whole campaign by plundering and sacking cities. That is one of the finicky things, is you basically constantly have to be fighting to, get the job done. Do we want to... I feel if I try and sidestep these pirates, they're just going to attack me anyway. Like, can I get an... I can't. They didn't have too much on the field. I think we're just going to take these guys out. Boys of the Forbidden whatever. I feel you would just attack me anyway, so I'm going to attack you first. Big Parachute was the space shuttle that was used. Was a drogue. Got it. Okay. Oh, no, they're running. That's fine. You can run. I just want you to not attack me. Of course, now we're technically at war, but that's fine. I'm at war with lots of people. Many, many people. Oh, speaking of being at war, Grayling Moot, you're going to fall. First UFO mission I did was why I will never have a long-range sniper again. Oh, they have a mammoth. That might be vaguely fun. And we actually don't have that great an army. I have no monsters in this army. And let's fight it anyway. I can walk right in, but let's fight it anyway. It'll be fun. UFO mission would never have a long... First run, I'm playing blind. Never did a UFO mission. Start combat. By the time it starts, I'm like, this could be bad. Keep moving. Decide to complete a mission while I'm there. Skulljack a codex. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I didn't know that was going to happen either. I had no idea that was going to happen. Nobody does if you're playing it blind. Like, oh, you've got to be kidding. I still don't like codexes. They are fussy things. I got totally lucky when I did that, and you know that. You actually said in the comments, like, you have no idea how lucky you got that I used the, whatever it is, like the flashbang grenade on them. Because I didn't know what its abilities were. I just flashbanged it to try and stun it, and I didn't know I just shut down all of its major abilities. Like, no clue. Now I bring a flashbang grenade everywhere because of how well it shuts down codexes. Main reason why I only got one of my hordes was top tier. Too expensive to do that. Yeah, it is expensive to run a horde. It's not cheap. You have to be always fighting. 18 is probably fine for magic. Let's just pull everyone back here. Wait, do I not have bolt throwers? Oh, that's fussy. Where did I get this army? Why do I... This is not my traditional build for an army. I must have had to build this somewhere where I just didn't have a lot of infrastructure. This is going to be very, very infantry heavy. Very much infantry heavy. That is basically okay. I can cope with that. But, ooh, alright. Fussy, fussy, fussy. All of you guys be over here, because we're going to need a lot of missiles pouring into these guys. You guys actually come over here. You... Oh, Cold One Chariots, I've got those. Okay, that will help. And you can be over here. There's nowhere really to hide, so we're just going to try to do the best we can. And you, you're a Dreadlord. You can be right up front. Okay, cool. Excellent. Mind controls the sniper. Oh, I hate that mind control. On the other side of the map, starts picking my guys off. Oh, that's terrible. That is really, really terrible. That's bad. I feel for you. I totally feel for you. The fact that they put people in that can mind, or enemies in that can mind control that soon into the game is, it's challenging. I said that when I played it for the first time. I'm like, really? Mind control right now? Because in Enemy Unknown, mind-controlling enemies don't come in until quite a bit later in the game. Oh, the range on that is awfully small. Awfully small. That's fine. We'll just sit here and wait. That's fine, too. You have a second hero. Oh, yeah, so I do. I totally missed him. Hi. Oh, that's where you are. You're Caliph. We were just kind of talking about you. You can come over here and help to assassinate their leader. And I think we should now be in range for one of my favorite spells in the entire game, Purple Sun. We're going to fire that off there. There we go. And in come my missiles. The halberd should be able to soak up this mammoth fairly well. And then why don't you follow that up with... oh, yeah, Soul Blight. That looks good. You assassinate their leader. You guys, just, you're going to do fine with the mammoth. It's all going to be fine. You guys start circling around. Come on, circle around. We're going to do a little bit of a surround here because we're a little more infantry heavy than I traditionally like to be. You've got stuff you can be doing here. Good versus a single? Okay, yeah, sure. Where's his leader? Where's their leader, rather? Where is their leader? I sent you in to kill him. Did you? Oh, you already did it. Okay, never mind. He's already fleeing the field. Okay. Never mind. Sorry, I don't even think the assassin's gonna make it over here. I think this is pretty much all done. Yeah, they're already done. I didn't think they'd collapse that quickly. But you've got nothing else to do, so assassinate this guy. You assassinate these guys. Wow, they collapsed a lot. Oh, their leader's back up and running. Okay, well, maybe there will be something for my assassin to do. Nope, he's fled again. Never mind. Never mind. I didn't think they'd collapse that quickly. They shouldn't have. They had a decent army. Somebody who's really good could have got that army to victory. The AI apparently is not that good. Right, end that battle. That was a silly little battle. And that'll give us that area, which I don't really want. I might just raise them to... Should I just raise it? No, probably not. Oh, bye, Chemo Gaming. Thank you. Thank you for coming by. Thank you. If you have any suggestions for what we want to do on Saturday, drop them in the Discord or put it on Twitter or something. I don't know. But thank you for coming by. First time you play War of the Chosen, play with the story missions on for the story and then never play with them again. Yeah, I would certainly do that. There's no question that I would do that. Yes. Short answer, yes. If they break, if someone it looks in their direction. Oh, I kind of expected them to be a little tougher than that, to be honest. I guess we'll occupy it. Why not? Potion of speed. What exactly does that do? Gives me speed. I should not have been surprised by that. Oh, an elf servant. 104, 105, don't know. Overseer, and yet another elf servant. Great. Is there somewhere I can sell these elf servants? Because that'd be wicked handy. Repair that. Okay. Definitely defenses here, because we are... Oh, I can't do defenses. Right. I knew that. Okay, probably some public order, because I'm not going to be able to hold the other two, so that's going to make public order a little bit trickier. Oh, what do I want to put here? Monsters. Actually, that's what I want here. Then I can add some to that army. And maybe some money. And what else we got kicking around? That's growth. I don't really need growth. Not a super large amount. Slave income up. We don't actually have a lot of slaves here. Growth up. No, I'm not really feeling any of that. What other good infrastructure could I put here? Blackguard, Cold One Knights, and Cold One Chariots. Or not that, basically. Yeah, okay. Take that. That's good. If you can streaming Stardew Valley. I haven't even considered playing Stardew Valley, Jess. Never mind streaming it. So no, I haven't. I know it's like everyone loves that game. I just don't know if I'd get into that. I don't know if I'd be wicked into that. Willow is sorry, not active. Packing stuff. No, pack stuff. I've been relegated to background noise. That is a perfectly appropriate place for me to be relegated with. Ask Mrs. Dave. It's totally fine. I talk a lot, and most of the time you can just sort of tune out and listen for your name. 233. I know you're into it. I know I'm very clear on your love for Stardew Valley. I don't know if it would be my kind of game. Oh, we've got a lot going on in the Icetooth Mountains. Yeah, you can definitely be level 3, and you can have better horses. And how about some money? We always like to have more money. Public order is just fine. Don't need to do anything with that right now. Oh, what else is going on? Lord not moved. Back to Lustria. Good. The invasion continues. Except all of the armies are kind of really, really far away from where I want to be invading. So everyone just keep coming down here. Everyone just keep moving in this direction. Marathi, you head down here. You're fully healed. I mean, your War Hydra has a teeny tiny little scratch, but that's fine. I'd love to get these guys out. Now, can I see you better now? Sure can. Okay, what do you got? You got Lord Mazdamundi, and he's not nothing. Suggesting games, don't know any you might enjoy. Well, suggest them anyway. That's fine. That's totally fine. But, I know you're packing, too. You don't have to rush over here and type games into here. You've got things to do. People have lives outside of watching me sillily stream Warhammer 2. So I'm perfectly content to be background noise. That's fine. That's often what I do when I'm watching other streamers, to be honest. I just kind of, look at it, listen, doing other things, probably playing a completely different game at the same time, and then I chip in when I feel like chipping in. So it's totally cool. Now, what have you got? You're hero heavy. You have 3 skink chiefs, which aren't nothing, but they're not fantastic. Temple guards, okay, those are not to be taken lightly. Those guys can mess you up. Source warriors will go down like nothing. Skinks will go down like nothing. You have a real mixed bag here. You have some flyers. Ooh, and that's the fire leech bolas too. Those aren't to be sniffed at. And a blessed Bastillodon. Wow. That's hardcore. Alright, now what's in the Temple of Kara? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Okay, I think we got that. I think we can do that. What do you think I want to build over here, Floating Pyramid? Oh, you want somebody up to level 3? Yeah, sure. How about the Floating Pyramid itself, seeing as that's the one on the front line? So... 2,000 hours in Skyrim. Dang. Wow. That's a lot. I think my number 1 is Fallout 4. On Steam, I have slightly under 1,000 hours in that, like high 900s, but that doesn't count what I've played on Xbox. So I have it everywhere. I have it all over the house is Fallout 4. So that does not count any time spent on the Xbox playing it. That's just what I've played through Steam. So well over 1,000 in that. That's probably my number one. Although I did notice today, Warhammer 2 is climbing rapidly. We're well over 600 hours in that. Your main WoW character alone has 312 days. Oh, yeah, I didn't think about WoW. Oh, I mean, I haven't played it in ages, but I did put a lot of time into that. Huh. Maybe it might be WoW. From back in the day. Because I put a lot of time into that. 800 in Fallout 4, admirable. Very, very admirable. That is a good number to be having in Fallout 4. You're continuing to march. You're also continuing to march. Good. We're going to get the band down here. We're going to get the band back together down here. Are you some sort of fussy rebel army? Yeah, you are. Yeah, and we're technically neutral to you, so that's okay right now. I'd like to take the Temple of Kara. I'd like for them to come out and meet me in the field, but I'm willing to just walk into the city if I need to. Although Lord Mazdamundi is a legendary. I've seen him tear through armies, even though he's not a frontline fighter. He's a spellcaster, but I've seen him just rip through armies. Jaden, would you like a horse, Jaden? We haven't given you a mount yet, and you're pretty good on your spells. Arcane Conduit, we could give you that. Good power recharge rate. Thing is, I don't actually like many of your spells except Purple Sun. That's a great spell. Apart from that, not so much. Why don't we put you on a flying horse? That'll give you a little more mobility to cast that. That's a good idea, I think. 200 for Dragon's Dogma. Okay. Ghost of a Tale. I have not. I have not heard of that one. What sort of genre is it? It sounds like sort of RPG-ish kind of thing. So what category would you throw that into? Unassigned skill points, nobody is surprised by that game. You are going pretty far down your fighty chain here. So let's just keep that going. That seems really good. Have Blade Master. Yeah, I like that. Get Blade Master. RPG-ish, okay. 556 hours in Battletech. Really? That few? Amateur? I'm kidding, Hawk. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. 975 in EU and 741 in Galactic Civilization 1. Yeah, you're going to be slightly better at EU4 than I am. My total hours is, I think, under 1. Play as a mouse and there's no combat. It's stealthy. Oh, I can be hit or miss on stealth games. I can really be hit or miss on those. I don't often get into them. I would prefer a game where there's multiple ways of solving a problem, so stealth being one of them. But I also like the option of charging in and destroying everything. I like multiple ways of solving a situation, and sometimes it's a mixed bag, but I'm not necessarily down with a game where it's like just stealth. Because that I find kind of frustrating. For me, anyway, just for me. Where it's like, oh, you've broken stealth, you've been found, go back to the beginning kind of thing. And I'm not saying that game is like that, but I'm saying a lot of stealth games are like that. No, absolutely, suggest anything, Willow. There's so many games that people have suggested where I've been like, I've never heard of that game, but that sounds like exactly the game I want to play. 1,230 hours of Minecraft. That's a lot of Minecraft. I played Minecraft with the Granite Accents, and that was fun because it's just fun playing with them. They're just wicked fun to play with, and we have a great time playing anything together. But I'm not so much with Minecraft. It just didn't do it for me, which is weird because I love Cube VR. But Cube VR is virtual reality, so you're in the world rather than just looking at it on a flat screen. Just on stream, not counting other sources. Top is Fallout New Vegas. Okay, fair. Yeah, fair. And then Kerbal Space Program. Yeah, that's a totally good thing to have a lot of hours in. I wish I could play more New Vegas, but it's just so darn crash happy. I really should put in the anti-crash mod. I don't generally mod things, but I know pretty much anyone living today has said, yeah, don't actually even bother playing it until you've installed the anti-crash mod, because it's just not worth it. It is very, very crash happy. 400 hours in Witcher 3 and Warcraft 3, StarCraft, and all the Command & Conquer games. Yeah. I started playing Witcher 3, and I really had a hard time. I just couldn't hold my attention. I didn't give it much of a chance, though. I'm going to be honest about that. Because that's, at the time I bought Witcher 3, I'd gotten a couple of other, AAA games, and I wanted to try those out. Specifically a couple of the Assassin's Creed games, and I just got a little bit more into them. I know I just did a big thing about stealth, not liking stealth games, but I do like the Assassin's Creed games. But I feel Assassin's Creed, you can charge in and kill something. If you feel like it, if you think you got it, you can do that. You can fighty, or you can stealthy. Couldn't even get New Vegas to start. Yeah, I know, I hear you, Willow. And the weird thing is, I have it on... Actually, I just have it on PC. I was going to say I have it on Xbox, but I technically don't. I don't know why I said technically. I just don't. There was no reason to put the word technically in there because it's just a flat no. I don't have it on my Xbox, even though I kind of like it there, so I could play it on a bigger screen. But no, it's just super crash happy. It always has been. If it wasn't one of the best games ever made, nobody would put up with it. It's just that it's so damn good. People are willing to put up with it crashing every 5 minutes because it's just brilliant. There's no getting around it. It's a great game. No one can say otherwise, really. I mean, people can say otherwise, but they're wrong. And the debate between Fallout 3 versus New Vegas is a moot point because those are two completely different games. They're completely different games. They have nothing in common with each other. So to say that one is better than the other is a silly argument because you're playing two different things. That's like saying I won't even go apples and oranges. I would say that's like I prefer a steak or an orange. Well, they're two completely different things. You can like both. You can totally like both. Roughly 20 playthroughs of each Mass Effect. Oh, you know what? I have no idea because I've played it on so many different ways. Well, it's all PC, but I played it through so many computers, and actually long before Steam even existed. One of my most hours played might be Baldur's Gate 2. Because I have played that through completely several times and then messed around with it a bunch of times. And you know what? Now that I just said that out loud, I don't hate that idea for a stream either because I haven't played that in ages. I have not played that in ages. Baldur's Gate 2. What do we think about... Here's the thing. I was thinking about... It's one of those things like I literally know nobody would watch it. It would get like 2 views and it would be me and Hawk watching. But it would get like 2 views and it would be death for the channel. And I do want to play whatever I want to play, but it doesn't... I've always said it doesn't do anyone any good to put up videos that nobody wants to watch. Because you're not watching it, so it's not doing you any good. And nobody is watching it, so it's not doing my channel any good. But anyway, long story short. Thank you, Willow. I appreciate that. Thank you. I say that a lot, but I do really appreciate it when you say things like that. That kind of makes my day. And not just me. Any streamer, any YouTuber... A well-placed comment can totally make our day. It can turn a bad day into a good day. Just by something like, hey, I really appreciate what you do. Thanks for doing it. Hang on. Let me make sure I click on the right thing this time. You want me to join the war against Clan Moors? No. No. I do want that territory, but I am going to decline that. Thank you. You want me to go to war with a lot of people. Also played Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 and Neverwinter Nights. I did Neverwinter Nights and also Icewind Dale. Icewind Dale is fantastic. Icewind Dale 2 was really good in the way they developed the mechanics. I don't know if I enjoyed it as much. I kind of did and kind of didn't at the same time. But yeah, that whole franchise, I put many, many hours into that. So I was thinking about Baldur's Gate 2 just because I haven't played it in ages. And the whole point of that is putting up something that is death for the channel. I was thinking, because I picked up a bunch of little parts of the franchise that I didn't own during the Steam Summer Sale. So I already owned like Baldur's Gate 2 and stuff like that and Icewind Dale, and I just picked up a big bundle that got me everything, including some DLC that I didn't own, that kind of thing. But I was kind of thinking, boy, with Baldur's Gate 3 not even on the horizon, I think to say it's on the horizon is a little optimistic, but with a plan for Baldur's Gate 3 in place, and we know there cannot possibly be a better developer to do Baldur's Gate 3. It's just exactly. Larian doing Baldur's Gate 3 is like a dream come true. So with that, I thought, wow, it might be kind of interesting to do a start to finish Baldur's Gate run. Start with Baldur's Gate Day 1, go through all of Baldur's Gate, all of the Baldur's Gate DLC, move on to Baldur's Gate 2, because you can import your character from one to the other, and then do all of that and all of that DLC. It would take me forever. Take me absolutely forever. But it would be fun. But then I thought, okay, that's death for the channel. Nobody's going to watch that except me and Hawk. Hawk would watch it. And apparently Jess would watch it too, which is cool. So thank you. Jess is supportive of, Jess is supportive of this channel in massive ways that I cannot possibly thank her for enough, except to say thank you. And I try to do the same for her as in whatever ways that I can. But I was thinking it might be fun to stream Baldur's Gate 2, just because I haven't played it for ages. Bard's Tale 4, yeah, you know what? I tried it, Hawk. I was wicked excited for it too, and it just, I don't know, I just kind of played a couple of hours and just went, it's okay, I guess. I was really underwhelmed by that, especially with all the hype about it. It's so entertaining. Hate Sims, but still like your Sims live stream. Thank you, Squig. Well, that's fine. We're going to be replacing Squig. We're not replacing you, Squig. It's fine. Nobody panic. We're not replacing Squig. I'm going to change up the Sims to RimWorld. I think that's, I was 93% when I started streaming. Now I'm at like 97%. You're a Super Dave fan. Thank you, Jess. I know you are, and I try to do the same for you in whatever small ways that I can. But you support the channel in ways that I cannot possibly thank you for. Jess is primarily responsible for the structure of the Wee Hours Discord. I'm hopeless at that thing, and she just did it in like 2 seconds, and it was nothing. Anyway, a lot of fun. Sadly, I get motion sickness when playing first-person games. Bard's Tale 4. Wait, are we still on Bard's Tale 4? Okay, we're not here for your games, we're here for your wit and commentary. Well, I'm here for the game. I'm kidding. I do love playing this game, though. I like playing lots of games. That's kind of what I always want. I like to do on the stream, is play games that I really, really like playing, but if I did them as a series on the channel, nobody would watch them because they take too long to play. I know you do, Jess, and you're a fantastic help. Can you be the engineer historian? Probably, yeah. Absolutely, yeah, probably. I have no problem with that. So, I see what you mean in the Bard's Tale is, it's for the first person part of it. I don't generally, there are a couple of games that have done that to me, but generally not. I'm usually okay with that kind of stuff. VR can be a little, it depends what motion tracking I'm using. But anyway, what are we supposed to be doing here? Velatroth, what would you like to do with your time? You would like to continue invading Lustria. Marathi, how about we just go put this under siege for right now? And by siege, I mean encircle. Let's just encircle them and see what they do. Yeah, you're saying a fair battle. I basically agree with you, game. I could do a lightning strike and take out their reinforcements. But I think I just want to see what they're going to do. Maybe they'll come out to me. Maybe they can come out to me and we can get sort of a good line on them with our bolt throwers. You keep marching this way, and you also keep marching this way. Everybody's moving into southern Lustria here. And then we'll kind of take one of these armies and peel them off over here. If we break his main army, I can't imagine he's got much left. Although, again, he doesn't have nothing. He's got 50% of southern Lustria. He holds a lot of territory, does Lord Mazdamundi. But we're breaking him. We absolutely are. Back to packing. Yes, no, do real-world things, Willow. Please, do real-world things. That's very important, packing and stuff like that, and selling houses and buying houses. Lord Not Moved, whom? Oh, right, you. We kind of accidentally went to war with the pirates, but that's fine. I'm pretty sure we can cope with them if they show up. It'll be totally cool. So, again, we're kind of back to what to do on Saturday. I think RimWorld's definite. I could absolutely keep playing Warhammer. I have no problem with that. I could definitely play Three Kingdoms. I have zero problem with that. I wouldn't say no to some Baldur's Gate 2, if only because I haven't played it in ages, and I do love that game. I really do. So, unassigned skill points, whom? Villarel. I'll have a think. If you have ideas, throw them into the Discord, and people have been throwing them into the Discord. I will consider everything, but it's got to be a game that, I can basically play somewhat casually, in that I don't need to be staring at the screen the whole time, like an FPS. It can't be like a first-person shooter where I can't, because I'm here for the chat. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm here to chat with you guys. I'm here to chit-chat with you. You'd love to make a total conversion for Fallout 4, playing some of the better aspects of New Vegas, and takes out some of the less desirable ones of 4. In what way, Bobcat? Like the actual mechanics, like the perks and that kind of thing? Or are you saying like the story-wise? Like Fallout 4 does have a very linear story where I can find fault in a game that I love where your choices don't really matter. You are going to end up at the same place. No matter which faction you choose, you will end up at the same place. Unless you choose the Institute, in which case you kind of don't. But, I am the first person to agree with everyone who says that Fallout 4, the story is completely linear and your choices don't really matter over the long term. I agree. It's just the positive aspects of Fallout 4 grossly outweigh that for me. Does New Vegas have a better story? Of course it does. New Vegas is brilliant in its storytelling. But, Fallout 4 is a different game. Dawn of War, I know, Squig. Willow's down for Baldur's Gate. Okay, cool. Random fact with Bird Brain Simulator. It hasn't been announced yet. Well, you've just blown your cover. You've just blown your cover, Bird Brains. The RFWB simulator, well, now word is out. This is the internet. Nothing ever dies here. So switchblade ammo, preferably bound to a key other than number 2. Okay, so you're talking about, like, basic mechanic stuff. I getcha, okay. It would have been nice if they brought ammo crafting back into Fallout 4. I would have liked to have seen that. I didn't really ever use it much, but I liked having the option to do it. Villarel, you're good, man. You're totally good, Villarel. You're immortal. You got all this stuff going along. I guess be slightly better at assassinating in case it comes up. Are you embedded here? Yeah, you're embedded here. Okay. Misnar, you keep wanting me to build things. Okay. I will keep building things for you. That's fine. How's my army going down here that I keep forgetting about? You've got to be basically pretty much done right now. No, you're not even close to done. Okay. What would you like to do for a living? You have bolt throwers. That is good. We like it when you have bolt throwers. Total War, you want Warhammer 2 and a Norska campaign. You love Baldur's Gate. Yeah, I kind of figured you would. I see that as being your kind of game. Bring in choices that matters. You do one quest over another. It actually impacts events later on. Yeah, I mean, they were sort of going for that, but it's really, it's kind of a rock, paper, scissors. It's not rock, paper, scissors, but it's like, you're going to choose one of 3. You're going to choose one faction. The other factions will hate you and try to destroy you, but it really didn't matter what faction you chose. Except for, some of the rewards, I guess. Depends what rewards you were going for. And what end game you wanted. Because when the Brotherhood are your enemy, and they've got helicopters and you don't, that is fussy. Although I did have an epic shot of picking a soldier, shot him clean out of the vertibird, and watched him drop to the ground. It was awesome. It was absolutely awesome. What could you have? Have one of these guys, and have, I guess have a witch elf. Why not? And then have a couple of basic corsairs in here too. Okay, unassigned skill points. Pull in some of the mechanics from the Stalker series, like Clear Skies faction mode, where doing missions for one faction over another give them more turf. Well, I mean, Fallout 4 kind of attempted that with Nuka World, but the whole Nuka World thing was basically just a play on the new Reno thing from Fallout 2, where you've got gangs, you're going to favor one gang over another, and the third one will be neutral. So you can kind of do with the Minutemen in Fallout 4. Yeah, kind of. How about we make a fun me that can play Dawn of War? Oh, you are obsessed with Dawn of War, sir. You're absolutely obsessed with it. Helenor. Yeah, you're good at things. I like you. Why don't you have more hit points? Yeah, do that. Have more hit points, please. Oh, do you not have enough followers? I'm sure I've got to have some kicking around here. Have a harem keeper. You've already, unfortunately, got an elf servant, but have... Oh, no, I don't want to do that at all. Wow, do I actually have that few followers that they're all assigned? I guess they are. Okay, and you're working with a Tormentor sword. That's pretty good. I like that. Keep that. Keep doing that. Excellent choices. Good for you. End that turn. That was a long turn, it seemed. And I'm very curious if Hexaudal is going to come out to play. Does Lord Mazdamundi want to come and meet me on the field? Because I would basically be okay with that. Because if he doesn't, my reinforcements are going to be there next turn and he's dead. His best move is to try and get me out in the open field and try and win. Because I have 2 armies that will be at his door next turn without fail. Great things about Darkest Dungeon. I looked at Darkest Dungeon and I looked at it quite a few times, actually, and I filed that under too roguelike for me. And the second I hear roguelike, I'm done. I'm out. I have no time for roguelike. I don't want to... I don't... That whole thing like, oh, the fun is in the failure. No, that's not fun. That's actually not fun for me. No. Being crushed by a game is not fun. I find that frustrating and irritable, and that's not fun. And, we do still call these things games. So, the whole idea of game does have at least an implication of fun. Maybe not, but at least an implication of fun. No, the second I hear roguelike, I'm done. What I hear when I hear roguelike is, this game is going to crush you and crush you and crush you until you spend your waking moments getting it precisely, exactly, perfectly right, and then you win and you go, yay. Hawk likes Darkest Dungeon. Good, cool. Awesome. I'm not, again, let's all be, first of all, let me make sure. I'm just going to pay attention here. I want to make sure I am not going to peace with Lord Mazdamundi. You want a peace treaty, I am declining that, even though you are offering me a lot of money, but I make a lot more money than that every turn anyway. So, as we always say, you can like a game and I can not like a game, and we're both right. We are both correct in those statements. But and you have more than 200 hours in it too. Clash of Clans, isn't that a mobile? Isn't that one of those like mobile sit and wait city builder kind of things? Oh, you were joking. Okay. Yeah, I don't really do any mobile gaming. Technically I have on my phone. There's that technically again. I don't know why I keep saying that. I don't think it means what I think it means. So I have the Simpsons game, the little town builder there, but I haven't played it in like a year. It was fun. I mean, it's very fun. You just kind of build up your little town and do things, but I don't do mobile gaming. I don't have time for mobile gaming. If I'm on my phone, I'm probably watching somebody else YouTube. I'm probably watching either The Geek Cupboard or Many a True Nerd. That's pretty much what I'm doing if I'm on my phone. Because otherwise, I don't really need a phone, to be honest. Nobody calls me. Not since I sold my business. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. My phone doesn't ring. It's just absolutely wonderful. I had 20 years of my phone ringing all day and all night. And now, for like the last year, my phone is just silent. And like 3 people have called me in a year, and two of those calls were the same person. And one of them was just my insurance agent reminding me it's time to renew my car insurance. That's all it was. Pillars of Eternity, I have Hawk. I enjoyed that. I didn't finish it. Not even really 100% sure how far I got into it, but I did enjoy it. And I got Pillars of Eternity 2 in the Steam Summer Sale. And I want to investigate that because I guess they did a big thing where now combat is turn-based rather than real-time with pause. And I'm much more interested in turn-based. I really do like turn-based combat. It just kind of gives me, time to plan my moves. Which, again, is bringing the conversation back to the beginning of the chat, which is why I think you should take a look at Forged of Blood. I really checked that out. I just saw that as a Hawk game all day. So I have Pillars of Eternity 2, and I'm very much like to check it out. I very much enjoyed it. It's obviously a beautifully crafted, well-done game. Very intricate, very complicated, and you can really create a character that you want to create, very fine-tune your character. So that was a long-winded way, Hawk, of saying, yes, I played some of Pillars of Eternity. I haven't finished it, but I enjoyed it very much. And I have Pillars of Eternity 2. I'm looking to get a chance to, take a shot at that. You can choose. Okay, yeah, I knew it was a big patch that they did. So, okay, so great. So you can pick one or the other. You can do real-time with pause or turn-based. I will be choosing turn-based. I will be looking to that. But, yeah, got it in the Steam Summer Sale. It was going cheap, and I picked it up. I saved money since January for the Steam Summer Sale, and I got pretty much what I wanted out of it. Although, like we said when it was over, it was kind of a mess sale. I really expected better discounting for the Steam Summer Sale. I mean, we talk about this thing all year, and it was just sort of, oh, it's 20% off. Okay, that's good. It's better than full price. But, you know, we're coming to the Steam Sale. I'm looking for 50, 60, 70, 80. Two options when starting a new game. Yeah, cool. So you can just pick one or the other. I will be picking turn-based combat. Thank you very much. Wound against... What are you guys doing down here? Are you buggering around with the Pirates of Sartosa? Oh, you can kill them if you want. That's vampire on vampire action, isn't it? Silostra, we are technically friendly with you now, and you want a military alliance. Well, as Hawk points out, having allies is not a bad thing. So, yeah, okay, you know what, Silostra, Luther, all you vampires down here, you and I are going to conquer Lustria. You help me, I help you. I'm doing most of the heavy lifting, it must be noted. Space Marina. Do you mean Space Marine? Because Space Marina, it sounds like somewhere where you park spaceships. And then you dive off the dock. I assume you mean Space Marine, but if it's Space Marina, I don't know what that game is. Also choose turn-based, prefer that in party RPGs. None of the Baldur's Gate, yeah, I know. They just, I don't think they were... Yeah, they just, no, none of them were. They were all real-time with pause. That's fine. You know, you kind of get used to it. And Baldur's Gate and Icewind Dale, like, apart from the spellcasters, you just kind of dogpile people on there anyway. So, yeah, you just get used to it, and you're just hitting the pause button constantly and moving people around. But there it is. I don't know, would Baldur's Gate be better with turn-based? I don't know. It is what it is. It's a very, very, very old game. God, I'm looking forward to Baldur's Gate 3. I would say please let it be good, because I've just had so many game disappointments lately. Things that looked really good and they were really not. I've refunded more games this year than I have ever in the past, where I've just, fired up the game 6 minutes in. I'm like, this is terrible. This is literally terrible. Okay, Bird Brains, thank you. Go say drogue to people a lot. See if that's something Irish that insults people, because it certainly sounds like it. Wolfric, you want peace? Nah, I don't think you're a threat, so I don't see any reason I should have peace with you. I'll just keep stomping you. Yeah, go say drogue to people and see if they're angry about it. Really, is what I'm asking. So, yes, Space Marine, yeah. I obviously it should be something that we can play for a while. Like Warhammer, like RimWorld, all of those. I'm thinking of Baldur's Gate 2. But I do love playing Warhammer 2, Total War. I probably wouldn't do Warhammer 1, because Warhammer 2 is just demonstrably better. There would be no reason for me to do Warhammer 2. Or Warhammer 1, rather. So, I'll have a think. Between now and then. And you know what? It could be something where we try a different game and it ain't working out. We just switch to something else. And nothing is set in stone. Or we could show up next week and I'm still playing this. It's totally a thing that could be happening. But I do like to keep it fresh for you guys. I do like to change it up every now and then. I am just not one of these people who can play the same game forever. It's just not going to happen. Although Warhammer 2 is a contender. Could you guys just kind of finish it up down in the Dune Kingdoms, please? Boy, you got a lot of really tiny armies. I think all of your armies are basically like one guy and maybe one unit. That's not very efficient. Just gonna let you know that. Although, wait, you're the undead guys. Your armies are free. I don't know why I'm complaining. All right, let's see if we can speed up Mousselon a little bit here. We are still technically at war with you. But I think people that also don't like us are broadly going to handle that for us. Right. What's the good option? Bonus for Arwenel. Treasury minus 1,000. Yeah, I can take Treasury minus 1,000 all day and all night. That's totally fine. I'm still making 22,000 surplus a turn. And bonus experience for Fascia. Sure. What's called for a feast? Public order +3. All provinces. That is really good. That is super good. No, I'll take the XP for Fascia. Thank you. That sounds really good. Garrisons of Nagaroth, good. That, and that. Hero not moved. Oh, Sabioth. Oh, Sabioth, you're almost here. Oh my goodness, Sabioth, you've almost made it. You have, in a very real and literal sense, circumnavigated the planet. You've done nothing but walk for, I think, about 150 turns. We started you up here. You've been walking ever since. You are finally within range of anything at all. Can you embed in any of these armies? Yes, you can. You totally can. Okay, what would you like to do for a living? Well, come up here, because you're not actually in range of anyone quite yet. Sabioth, welcome back, sir. Oh, Sabioth, you've made it to something. Neat. Okay, well, Lord Mazdamundi, you made a tragic error in not coming out to try to beat me on the field, because now all of my reinforcements are here, you see. So, we've got a lot of people here, Lord Mazdamundi. Like a ton of them. A lot of them. And they're all coming for you. So, oh, no, I didn't want to do that game. I just wanted to park them there. Just parking them there, thank you. Now, am I going to get all of my reinforcements if I do this? All the reasons. Even though you cannot build all armies to top tier because of the limited amount of top tier units. Yeah, it's tricky. It's a tricky balance, but your armies are free, so you got that. Oh, yeah, Lord Mazdamundi, this is not looking good for you. Not at all. Now, this is going to put 5 armies on the field, and we've had issues with that before. But I'm going to take a shot at this because I think this will be epic. I think we're just going to smash Lord Mazdamundi to pieces, and I'm kind of looking forward to it. So I'm going to take the chance. You think so, Hawk? Auto-resolve that? I thought it might be... You know what? Hawk's not completely wrong, because that will ensure that this army is destroyed. And I probably shouldn't. It'll probably cause graphic errors if I try and do it. Alright. I'm going to go with Hawk's suggestion. Oh, that kills me. I really wanted to fight that battle. It probably would have been very, very taxing to my system, though. We put 5 armies on the field before, and all sorts of horrible things happened. As good as this PC is, and I love it, Total War, any Total War game is incredibly taxing, and then you put 5 armies on the field, it's even worse. Decisive victory, yes, I'm not surprised. Bye, Lord Mazdamundi. I don't think you're actually dead. I think you're just wounded for 4 turns, and then you can come back, but you're gone now. Yeah, Prejal defeated Lord Mazdamundi. He'll come back. Morathi, everything is exciting now. Oh, good. Yet another elf servant. I was missing a few of those, and 2 in a row. Super. So it's basically 2 elf servants per battle is what I'm getting right now. 2 elf servants per battle. Oh, no, I don't mean the battle itself would be epic, Hawk. It would be completely one-sided. I just like smashing Lord Mazdamundi. He's annoying. He's self-righteous. He's self-important. And he's just kind of a bit of a dink. And I like smashing him in the face. So it's personal. It's absolutely personal, Hawk. I just wanted to smash him in the face, preferably with a monster. So, now what do I do with all these armies? We keep going, I guess. We are technically neutral to that rebel army. So, and it's pretty much garbage anyway. Oh, it's Wood Elves. Huh. That's fun. Who's next to fall? Now we need to move this direction over to these 2, and then we can kind of sweep down here. Where's my boat? How's the sailing cruise going? Yeah, you guys. Keep moving in this direction. I want to see if you can get... Actually, can you take the Poxmarsh while you're here? Would you like to just get in on the... Is that real ruins or is that ratty? I won't know until I get in there. Little bit of attrition on that reef, but we're already through it. Yeah, well, if I take the Poxmarsh, then I'm going to want the Awakening in the Blood Swamps. No, I want you to swing down to the Fuming Serpent. Just keep moving towards the Fuming Serpent. I want to see if these are actual ruins or just a little ratty. Kill the Wood Elves. Hang on, I have to approve that because it's got kill in it. Dink Hawk. It's actually, depends how you use it. In just using it as that word, it just means kind of I don't know, a jerk, an idiot. It's a very, very inoffensive, insult to somebody. It's a very, very tiny insult. So, like, if you said that to a friend, they wouldn't hate you at all. You'd be like, ah, yeah, you jerk. But actually, it can also stand for double income, no kids. So it is a way of defining couples who choose to be child-free and both have jobs, so double income, no kids. Living good, frankly, as far as I'm concerned. They ruined my first 2 Beastmen campaigns. See, you have a thing against the Wood Elves, Hawk. I have a thing against Lord Mastamundi. It's personal. I don't like him. I don't like the man. I'm actually not sure that he's a man. I mean, he's got Lord, not Lady. But, you know, Lord could be kind of gender neutral. So, you know, I just don't like the person. The lizard. Whatever. Repair everything here. Yes. That and that. That's fine. We'll be able to get Tlanksla, but not Tlaxlan. Not if we're going to keep this alliance up with the Drowned. As usual, we'll think about that as time goes on. Why are we... Oh, it's the Troll Skulls. Okay, yeah, no, we are technically at war with them, but they seem to have their own issues with the Vampire Coast. Speaking of which, Luther... Oh, yeah, Luther loves us. Luther could not possibly like us more. Well, he could a little bit, but he really, really super, super loves us. I don't even know what we could do. No, there's nothing we can do with him. He loves us more than anything. He loves us more than drinking human blood. He's a Slan priest. Yeah, well, I just don't like the person. I just don't like him. So, yes, no, the battle in and of itself would not have been epic. It would have been a complete walkover. But I really would have enjoyed, you know, smashing him with my monsters or sending my assassins in to kill him. To kill him. That's what I wanted to do. Unassigned skill points. Nobody is surprised. Marathi, you're getting almost maxed out. You're level 33. There's only a few more levels to go for you. What is... actually, no. We were moving down your high-level unit stuff. Missile damage up. Yes, please. And I was going to check what level your bolt throwers are at. 6. Okay, they need a little bit more experience to be eligible for that. They need to go up 1 more rank. The Dragon is rank 7. The War Hydra is rank 9. Well, that is our first War Hydra. That's the War Hydra we started with. And how's everyone else doing? 7, 4, not so good there. 8, good. These guys are all 8s, 7s. Not so much on the Corsairs, but I think we just got those guys. And the Blackguard are relatively new as well. Okay, that's fine. He could love you much more. The limit is 500. Is it really? Wow. I don't even know how long I'd have to play to get it to 500. Last time we moved, I tore your right shoulder. Couldn't use your arm for nearly a year. That's terrible. That's really bad. Don't do that again, please. Please, like, hire a mover or something. Don't do this yourself. I had a similar injury a few years ago with a nerve pinch that basically paralyzed my left arm for about 6 months. And then, you know, the next 6 months were at healing. Getting old does suck. And yet it kind of doesn't, actually. It totally doesn't, because you stop caring about anything. Like what the world thinks of you. I am so much more comfortable now than I was as a younger man. I am very, very comfortable with who I am. In a way that I just was not in, say, like my early 20s or something. So getting old does suck physically. It's great mentally. It's absolutely great. Oh, you had movers the last time and you still tore your shoulder. Oh, dear. All right, well, I don't know how to help you then. I've tried nothing at all, and I'm all out of ideas, as my former business partner used to say. Fascia. You have 2 skill points, but you are really low level. We must have just hired you recently. Let's get your... let's get your army moving up a little bit better. Yeah, that's not a terrible idea. That and that. Monsters and the Blackguard being a little bit better. That is fine. More skill points. Narian. Okay. You should probably... What do I want you to do? You're also somewhat low level. Why don't you... Yeah, you're probably going to be on the front line. Let's give you melee attack up. You're probably going to be embedded most of the time, so you may as well be good at the front line. Arwinel, you are basically brand new. We have not done much with you at all. Ooh. I've worked down your spell lines. That's good. What do you get? What are your high level? Oh, Flamestorm. I want. I want Flamestorm. So give me evasion so I can get into Flamestorm. Oh, there you are, Arwinell. I was just talking about you. Glad to have you on board. Why don't you... You're going to be totally fine to take out this silly little rebel army, and I just want to deal with it, frankly. So head to Angariel. Actually, can you just take them on directly? I think you can walk there right from there. You might just be in range. No, not quite. Okay, well, stay in Angariel then, and take them the next turn. That's fine. Can't wait till we develop actual medical nanotech. Between that and some current genetic research, become biologically immortal. I, for one, embrace my cyborg future, Bobcat. I really hope it happens in my lifetime. I really do. So many neat things that, as a kid, I thought was science fiction have already come true. I'm totally waiting to be post-human. I embrace the post-human culture. I'm so ready to be a cyborg. Just bring it on. Cyborg me up. They won't do it to people like me, though. They're going to do that to, like, young people. And saying, you know, like, they're not going to pick me to be an astronaut or anything like that. Like, no, you're past your prime. You can just stay home. We'll take the 20-year-old kid. So, Kalichi. Who are you again, Kalichi? Why did we hire you? Did we need you for something? I don't know. Be a little better at fighting. It's fine, Kalichi. Oh, you're with Polkesha. Oh, yeah, we kind of just put a lot of this together. That makes more sense now. Okay. Absolutely, Hawk. I embrace the post-human, thought patterns or whatever, culture, philosophy? Probably philosophy. Yeah, cyborg me up, man. Absolutely, can't wait. Can't wait. Again, it probably, unfortunately, won't be in my lifetime, but... and Willow would be down with having her memories downloaded. Yeah, absolutely. Post-human me up. Post-human me on up. You can dump all the nanites in me that you want. I am ready for that. I am ready to be technologically immortal. But, unfortunately, the best I can do is have a YouTube channel, because that will never die. It's the internet. It will be there forever, somewhere. So, this is it. I don't have mechanical parts or nanites in me, so I've got a YouTube channel instead. But yeah, Willow gets it. Yeah, I totally... Does not want to be immortal, leave that to other people. But, wouldn't having your memories downloaded in a computer basically make you immortal? Which would be good for getting people to actually work on leaving Tiny Blue Speck and expanding to other worlds and stars. No, you're absolutely right. We need to do something to withstand long-term space travel. Whether that's... Well, you know what, frankly, just make us all cyborgs. And solve the problem right there. And either that or long-term cryogenics. But I think that's a bit of a crapshoot. I've seen way too many sci-fi movies and played Fallout 4 where cryogenics fails and everybody's dead when you get there. In fact, that's pretty much what Fallout 4 is based on. So if it didn't work there, and we all know war never changes, and apparently neither does cryogenics, then I think cryogenics is not a good option. But that's just my idea. 2,000 years from now, someone will use me as their high school project. Oh, dear God. Can you imagine? Are we even going to have high schools 2,000 years from now? I doubt we'd even have high schools. I think information will be basically cybernetically uploaded into you. And I'm not saying that jokingly. I think that's where technology is going. I don't think we'll be... I mean, look, 2,000 years, probably we'll all be dead. Let's be realistic. I don't know if the human race has got another 2,000 years in it, but let's hope it does. Let's hope it does. Let's have hope. Let's have optimism. But considering the way technology doubles every 6 months... I think in 2,000 years we'll just have things uploaded. You'll be born and basically know everything. You're not gonna need to learn things. It'll be like the Matrix, where you're just like, okay, I need to learn how to ride a motorcycle. Oh, now I know how to ride a motorcycle. It's just you're gonna Google directly into your brain, which opens up a whole new wealth of things because, not everything on the internet is true, so you could be uploading some false information. Human race exists since 3.5 million years ago. Yes, that's true, Hawk, but let's look at the last, say, 200 years. I think, I know it's existed for a very, very long time. I'm really talking more about society more than... can humans stay alive? I think I'm thinking about things like war and, annihilating ourselves, Hawk, which I think you would believe is a fair option. I think that's a fair option. I think we'll do it to ourselves. So when I say humans survive 2,000 years, I mean, will we let ourselves, is what I'm asking. Will we allow ourselves to survive another 2,000 years, or will we screw everything up. One way or another. Is that war? Is that climate change? Is that, any of the other things that can really mess? I don't know. Far smarter people than me know how the world is going to end. But so I'm not talking about, can a human being as a race survive 2,000 years? Of course we can. Will we let ourselves? Yes, some humans will survive, but there has to be a certain population to establish a genetic pool that will proceed to the future. I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, it's a minimum of 10,000 people. 10,000. You need 10,000 people to have a broad enough genetic pool to survive into future generations. I can be 100% wrong about that. Like I said, I might have Googled that and that's completely wrong. When I upload that into my Cyber Skull 2,000 years from now, I'll make that correction in, whatever nanite wiki that we're working with at that point. So yes, if all that percentage of humanity dies, the species still exists. Yes, but what will be left of us, Hawk? It's all speculation. I just think, you're talking about 2,000 years. So let me be clear. I'm not saying humans can't survive. I'm saying, will we do it to ourselves, and what will be left of us? What will be left of us, Hawk? I think Bobcat's way is the much smarter way, which is basically a post-human philosophy of needing to adapt technology to biology. And I'm saying this without a hint of irony, by the way. I genuinely believe this. I don't care if anyone else believes it. Bobcat's into it. But I genuinely believe in a post-human philosophy of we need to adapt technology to biology to be able to survive and progress. Because, that old saying, like, we only got the one planet here, and we're pretty good at messing it up. The planet, give the planet credit, it's pretty good at bouncing back, but we're also really good at trashing it. So in order to survive and find other places to live, we're going to have to do things like Bobcat is talking about. Countless animal species of less than 10,000 specimens. Okay, I'm not a zoologist, Hawk. I'm totally not a zoologist. So, I hear a thing and I go, sure, that sounds about right. I invite myself to be wrong, but I think my broad... So that's fine. Okay, let's say there's 10,000 humans left on the world. What are you going to do with that? Like where's your next step? Are those 10,000 humans all capable of, creating an entirely new civilization? Because, when the Black Death happened, and that was only losing a third of the population of Europe, which was, catastrophic. But 2/3 were still left. That completely radically changed all society. All society was completely changed. We moved into a whole new realm of how people did things after the Black Death. I cannot spend hours and hours talking about how the Black Death radically affected the entire planet in terms of societal basis, in terms of, like, what people did. But... humanity argued in the past too. Okay, Hawk, again, as always, Hawk, I invite the good debate, but at the same time, I don't want to be one of those 10,000 people. Do you? I would rather go Bobcat's way. And, we're also really good at saving it. Not that good. Not so far. You got your 3 little countries that are trying really hard, one of whom I still believe is from the Flash Gordon universe. But most tribes, only a few dozen individuals in modern society comes from that. No, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm saying we're really good at screwing it up, and I would disagree that we're really good at saving it. Some people are, not a lot of people. The point of this conversation is, if you're going to say what side of the fence that am I on, I'm on Bobcat's side. I'm on the post-human adapt technology to biology side of the fence. That's where I'm at with that. And you can be on the biology side. You can be one of those 10,000 that tries to salvage society. And you know what? We might both be right. But me and Bobcat, we're gonna cyborg ourselves up, get on a spaceship, and go chart new worlds. And you guys can hang here, and that's totally cool. You can have this one. It's actually not even a debate. It's just you want to do one thing, and Bobcat and I want to do another thing. So I'm more like, what's out there? What's new? What's going on out there? Temple of Kara is going on out there. What should I be doing with you? That basically. You have, Hawk, far more faith in humanity than I do. You really do. And I don't say that as an insult. I just say that as a statement of fact. You have far more faith in humanity and humanity's ability to not destroy itself than I do. And we're getting a little deep here. We're getting a little dark here. But the long and the short of it is, I am pessimistic when it comes to people, especially people in power. It's really not people so much as people are lovely. Governments are not. They're just. It's a terrible way to deal with people. So, I mean, we could spend countless streams discussing that, but people are generally nice. Large groups of people are generally awful. Discovering a new planet is that the next suitable planet is far away that we'll never be able to reach it. Well, that's where Bobcat is making his point. That's exactly where Bobcat is making his point, is that adapting technology to biology and going with a post-human thing is how one way that we can survive long-term space travel. It's not an unconquerable thing. It's going to be a long time coming. I have far too many books. Okay, cool. Exactly. I was trying to remember the exact quote, Jess. Thank you so much for bringing that. A person is smart. People are dumb, panicky animals. Men in Black, yes. And that's the quote I was trying to remember. And it's entirely true. A person is smart, but people are dumb, panicky animals. So Hawk just happens to have a little more faith in humanity than I do. I don't. And I'm not saying that like I'm walking around going, oh, the world is terrible. No, not at all. People are wonderful. People are wonderful. And I'm very happy in my life. I'm extremely happy in my life. We can survive long-term space travel since we do not age the same degree in space. Okay, it's really long-term, though. Hawk. It's super, super long term, and I'm gonna guess Bobcat and Birdbrains might have words to say about that, especially Bobcat. Bobcat's good with, like real space, NASA-like space travel stuff. So you've got some options. You can do a generational space travel thing where people will breed. Oh, there he is. Thank you. Gravity wells are for suckers. There we go. Bobcat, chime in on this, please. Help me out here. Back me up on post-human philosophy. So you've got, as I would say, basically three options for space travel. You can do a generational thing, a la Battlestar Galactica, the first series, not the second series, where you're basically traveling through space looking for a planet and you're breeding while you're doing it. You have generations that live on a spaceship until you find somewhere else to live. Got a call from Yvette. Dog's tumor. Oh, good. Oh, dog's tumor's benign. Oh, good. That's really, really good. I'm very pleased to hear that. See, optimism. I have more faith in dogs. We could build better habitats than planets. Yeah, or we could do that more too. Estimates and mathematical models assume that humans can survive roughly 2,000 years in space due to lack of radiation. You know what? I'm not a scientist, Hawk. That doesn't sound right. Humans are designed to age and die. We are designed to age and die. That's that whole phrase, we're dying from the day we were born. No, we totally are. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a medical professional. I'm not a scientist. That doesn't sound right. I don't think just because you put a human in space, they don't age for 2,000 years. I invite myself to be wrong. I usually am, man. But that, I don't know. I'd like to see your data, sir. I'd like to see your data about how we're not going to get old for 2,000 years just because we're not being irradiated. And there is radiation in space. Isn't there, Bobcat? I like tons of that. Generation ships, sleeper ships, and Methuselah ships. Yeah, that's where I was going. Generational ships, sleeper ships, cryogenics, basically. Sleeper ships, you'd basically require the same technologies for the Methuselah ship. We're using to do the background radiation. Okay, so why don't we just all go live in space and we'll just never die? Well, for 2,000 years. I feel I would have heard about that before. Hey, what the heck do I know? I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. And there's a point in... Hawk, you know well and good. You are a valued friend of the channel. There is a point in the debates you and I get into where I'm like, okay, you win. Because I love the debate. I love the argument. I do. I just genuinely love the argument. I love to have a debate with somebody. But there was also a point where I'm like, okay, you win. That's cool. It seems that older dogs just develop fatty tumors. Good. Well, that's really good, actually. That's good news. I'm glad your dog is basically okay. Colony ship where the crew is rendered effectively immortal. Ah, that's my post-human ship. I like that. Thank you, Hawk. I'm glad you take it in good humor. There is definitely... I don't like the sound of your "we don't age because we're in space" thing. I don't think that's that doesn't sound right to me as a non-scientist, but there is a point where I just say, okay, you win. That's cool. We can go into space and live for 2,000 years. You're going to have to conquer things like, all of our muscles atrophying and all the other horrible, horrible things that happen to human bodies in space because we're not designed to live in space, Hawk. I think you'd very much agree on that. That's why when astronauts come back, they're all kinds of messed up because human bodies are not designed to live in space in zero gravity. So unless you're going to generate gravity out there somehow, and there's no debate to this. This is not there's no point, Hawk, where you can say, no, astronauts come back and they're just fine. No, they're not. They're completely 100% messed up. Their bodies are wrecked after long-term, sitting in space station-y kinds of things. You're exposed to more ionizing radiation in space, but that's mostly due to the lack of effective shielding. So that's great that we're never going to age. We'll also, our bodies will basically disintegrate. Not really. I didn't mean that literally. I know sometimes you take me literally, Hawk. You take me very literally sometimes. I didn't mean they literally disintegrate. I mean very, very bad things are going to happen to our bodies. If we're up in space for 2,000 years. Okay, you guys have already moved. Sorry, I probably should be playing some Warhammer here. Hero not moved. Oh, Sabioth. Yes, my dear beloved Sabioth in bed with somebody, finally. In bed with Polkesha. She's kind of an amateur. So, okay, good. We can agree on that, Hawk. Yes, bodies get messed up in space. So, living for 2,000 years, you probably wouldn't because your bodies get messed up. Most of that could be removed with simple magnetic shielding, throw in rotational gravity, and Hawk is right, we won't die for 2,000 years. Okay, well, why don't we just go build big spaceships, a la, the one in the James Bond movie that was terrible, Moonraker. He had a huge spaceship with artificial gravity. Let's go. You know what? Moonraker was right. Moonraker was right all of this time. We should just go live in space and bombard the Earth with poison. If you ever played Soma, they uploaded themselves in an artificial world and launched that world into space. I would do that. I would totally do that. I do kind of, and we're going to get into some deep philosophy here, but there is sort of an Eastern philosophy that the dreaming world and the waking world are completely valid. Is that it's that whole are you a butterfly dreaming you're a man dreaming you're a butterfly. So you upload me into an artificial environment, I'm cool. That's fine. You can matrix me. I'm totally okay with that. Is that why Asgardians? Jess is onto something. Maybe that's why the Asgardians age so slowly. They in space. Got it. They do somewhat literally disintegrate. The muscles shrink because they are not needed to carry our weight. Okay, so I was actually right on that. We haven't built proper space habitats because of cost and politics. See, that brings the conversation full circle, Bobcat. People are awful. We could totally be having all these really, really cool things, but people are just awful. They're terrible, terrible people when you get them in large groups. Settlement upgrade available. High Sentinel, sure. And that, I've already done my thing. I can't upgrade that at the same time. That's fair. That's fine. Unassigned skill points. Nightshade. Ooh, what would you like? You've already got all your good stuff. Transformation of Kadon. Love it. Have Lightning Strike, sure. Situationally, sometimes I really want that. Now, what am I going to do with you, Nightshade? I mean, we are back at war with Mooselawn. I mean, we've always been at war with them, but they just we beat them back a little bit is what I meant to say. We forced them back to their homeland, as it were, or at least where they're hanging out today. Willow would be down with living in a virtual world. Yeah, I'm okay with that too. You can matrix me. That's totally. I'm not seeing what the big problem was with the Matrix. I'm really not. Why was everyone trying to flee that? I'm one of the guys who thought maybe the guy who wanted to go back in was right. Was it that terrible? Was it that completely terrible? Because you know what? The real world was terrible. The real world, you were eating slop and living underground and constantly being shot at and hunted. Matrix, maybe not so bad. Maybe not the worst thing in the world. Just saying. Doesn't say. Just saying. Oh yeah, okay. Bobcat and Hawk have got a thing going. Right, that's cool. Bobcat's much better qualified to argue against Hawk with this, because Bobcat understands the sciencey parts of things. I'm more of a philosophical guy. I'm more of a think about things rather than understand the concepts that are necessary to make it happen. Can you finally move against these guys? Yes, you can. Okay. What is that? Oh, it's Chaos Warhounds. Okay. Yeah, sure, let's take your army out for a spin. We'll finish off with a nice fight here. Neighboring star, Proxima Centauri, is 3.8 light years away, and they don't have planets. Well, this is why we need to be cyborged up. Or artificial gravity, or cryosleep, any of the suggestions that Bobcat mentioned. One way or another, we're going to have to go somewhere. Although, and you can go ahead and fight me on this statistic if you want, Hawk, but concepts of overpopulation are largely silly. If I were in charge of everything tomorrow, everyone on the planet can live in Texas. And everyone would still have enough room. There would still be enough swinging room for everyone. Everyone on the planet can comfortably live in Texas. One state. So the whole overpopulation thing, when people say overpopulation, it's really not about we have too many people. It's really more about we're not going to be able to have the food to feed all these people or the clean water for all of these people. It's not that we have too many people. We don't. We can pop them all in one part of one country. But it's the food thing. So I would throw everybody into Texas and devote other areas, like entire countries, to farming at that point. That would be my thought. Right or wrong, I don't know how right or wrong that is, but just create whole countries that are just for farming. It would never happen because nobody would ever leave their home country because everyone is so desperately attached to things like patriotism. It's all well and good, but there is that greater good thing that should probably come up. Start deployment. That's totally fine. We're not going to need much for this. I will. How hilly is this hill? Am I going to get a decent shot? Oh yeah, I'll get a great shot from here. Okay, so put these guys back here. That'll be fine. That's aiming right down the hill. Maybe just a little bit here. Yeah, I like that a little bit better. Okay, aiming right down the hill there. This should not take too much effort on my part. I'll put the garbagey spears up front, just in case, and then the good stuff towards the side here. You can go over there. I think I'll just largely hold a bunch of these guys in reserve. I don't really need them. You can live up here, and you can live up here. You can live over here. Just really want to give you a test drive. I'm just attached to things like not living in a building with 1,000 other people. You still need a... Wait, why do we need a large asteroid? Oh, okay, Hawk and Bobcat are doing an asteroid thing. Okay, got it. I don't even know that you'd need to live in a building with 1,000 other people. And there are people who do that every day. I don't think, as I understand it, you can put everyone in Texas. It wouldn't be like Mega City 1 in Judge Dredd, as stupidly cool as that would be. I would totally live in Mega City 1. I don't care what anyone says. That place is awesome. I love me some Judge Dredd. But I don't think anyone's saying it's going to be like Mega City 1, where it's just, packed in one on top of another. I think it's just there is plenty of room in the state of Texas to fit 7 billion people. It's totally doable. Totally 100% doable. Alright, let's fight this silly little battle here. How long till you're in range of my bolt throwers? Momentarily. That's fine, thank you very much. Throw that bolt and throw that bolt. What's coming up first? The trolls? Yeah, this is going to be nothing at all. Nothing at all. Go ahead and start firing anytime you feel like it, guys. Anytime you felt like firing. There we go. That's more like it. Yeah, oh, there comes a big volley. Trebuchets are not nearly as accurate in Three Kingdoms. Start flying over here. Let's go toxic breath somebody. Like these guys. Go do that. Go get that done at some point if you could, please. No real hurry. I don't actually think these guys present much of a threat. They're sending their warhounds over here. That's totally fine. We'll have no problem at all with that. I don't think they have any missile infantry, do they? No, not really. So why don't you... Oh, you have throwing axes. Okay. Well, we have a solution for that. We're going to chase you. Oh, I forgot I put you people back here. Right. What are you doing? You're shooting the warhounds. Okay. Why don't you actually probably not do that and go shoot the trolls instead? Just for giggles. Do that. And you could actually be positioned a little tiny bit better, as could you. Although you will be in firing range momentarily. Good. Super. Go charge. Yeah, here comes my crossbows. Oh, what spells do you have kicking around? You're a fire mage. I forgot about that. Go fire mage that guy. Shadows of Anlek. Disrupt. Oh, it's a tear-shaped attack. Okay, do that. That looks fun. Oh yeah, they hated that. They didn't like that at all. Fire cloak. Sure. These guys, please. You charge. You charge. You charge. Everybody charge. Monsters eat the trolls. Sounds like a good thing to be doing. And everyone else can just kind of, I don't know, do what you feel. Do what you feel. See if you can get in on those trolls. The dragon is basically weirdly kind of losing to these marauder horsemen because he can't quite catch them. So don't bother doing that anymore. Actually, go assassinate their leader. What spells have you got kicking around now? Burning Head. Yeah, I want that right there, please. Thank you. That should do some work. Oh yeah, they didn't like that. Oh my goodness, we just annihilated them with that. That's a great spell, and a good-looking spell, too. And it just keeps going. Oh, we got them way over here. Holy moly, how far does that spell go? Does that go map-wide? That's just burning a... Okay, that was... I don't even know how far that was. That's now my favorite spell in Warhammer. That's now my favorite spell. What is that called again? The Burning Head. I need everyone to have that. I literally need everyone to have that. It does amazing damage, and it traveled halfway across the map. That was superb. Okay, yes, end that silly little battle. That's fine. Yes, please end the battle. I really probably should have auto-resolved that, because it's not a guarantee these guys are going to die. They can still come back and be kind of a pain in the butt. But... we'll take it. We assassinated their leader, Vashnar. He's definitely dead. That's cool. Everything else is kind of up for grabs, but anything they would field now is completely irrelevant. I could take half the army Arwinel has and still defeat them. Especially with that spell. Wow, that was good. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Clearly, I haven't. Oh, nice chunk of money from there. That's cool. Yeah, they're running. Okay. Can we pick them off again? Do we have enough movement points to do that again? Scroll of Power, probably some elf servants. Yeah, we do. Okay, let's just auto-resolve that. There we go. That's done. And if you've got any movement points left, could you please get back to Angariel? No, you have... Oh yeah, I think you can actually just make that. Just get out of the vampire attrition, please. Thank you. You'll heal up in one turn. That's no problem. Cool. All right, well, that is... an excellent place to call the stream with that silly little battle twice. But we'll call it there. We'll see what we'll do next week. I don't know. I mean, I'm not opposed to continuing to play this. I love playing this. This is great. Especially because I just found a spell I've never seen before. But, you know, we could also switch it up, too. You know, maybe we'll do a different Total War. Maybe we'll do a different faction in Warhammer 2. Maybe we'll do Baldur's Gate 2. I don't know. I don't know. But I will let Bobcat and Hawk just chit-chat about asteroids, I guess. So, yeah, well, Bobcat, Hawk, you can keep talking in chat. I think it could go on forever. I don't think it's dependent on me being here. So, you guys can keep talking about asteroids all the time. Make sure to like the stream on the way out. Thank you so much, Jess, for reminding me also to do that. Let me make sure I like my own stream. Guys, I've said it already in this chat, but I really, really appreciate you guys coming out. It does really mean a lot to me. And even when we're having weird discussions about asteroids and post-human philosophy, I am having a great time doing it. And I will take a look at Ghost of a Tale. Willow, absolutely. I will take a look at that. Thank you for reminding me of that mouse stealthy kind of game. Okay, cool. So I will see all you guys next week. We will definitely start some RimWorld on Friday. I'm like 99% on that right now. Unless the entire planet comes up and says, oh god, no, if you don't keep playing The Sims 3, we're all going to unsubscribe, then it'll probably be RimWorld. Just for fun. Just to have a fun little game of RimWorld. So I will see you guys all later on. Again, thank you so much for coming out. I genuinely appreciate it. I will see you next week, and otherwise you know where to find me. Goodbye, and good